Morning.
Morning. Morning.
Morning.
Just so they can't get you both. That's it. Tactical seating.
Tactical seat.
Yeah.
I like
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Village of Ruidoso workshop meeting. It's May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. And,
Adam's birthday.
and happy birthday to Mr. Sanchez. Sanchez. Is that right, Sanchez? I've known him for years as Sanchez, and now it's Sanchez. So, happy birthday.
Thanks, sir.
And anyway, if you'll stand with me for a moment of silence, and then we'll salute the flag. Pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I salute the flag of the state of New Mexico, the Zia symbol of perfect friendship among united cultures.
All right, thank you, everybody. Can I get a roll call, please, ma'am?
Mayor Crawford.
Here.
Counselor Salas.
Here.
Counselor Letterman.
Here.
Counselor Brophy.
Here.
Counselor Hooker.
Here.
Counselor Sanchez.
Okay, we have a few agenda items. Again, this is just a workshop, so ask all the questions you want.
Mayor Crawford, it's also for the record, Carrie Gladden's birthday also.
Oh, is it really?
Yes, Carrie's birthday.
Oh, I just texted her asking her a question. I should have said, oh, and happy birthday. I will say that. And happy birthday. Okay. The workshop meeting, item number 1, discussion and adoption of resolution 2026-101, a resolution adopting fiscal year 2027, July 1, 2026 through June 30th, 2027 budget for all funds to the local government division of the New Mexico Department of Finance and Administration, DFA. Been a lot of work put into it. Thank everybody
Yes.
for that. Okay, Maddie, son, go ahead.
Good morning. Right now, Ms. Judy is going through and double checking all of our numbers. We did make all the adjustments recommended by council, the increase to the streets budget, as well as adding in HR's new personnel.
Oh, good. Okay, thank
So
you.
currently, we're just making our adjustments, and we'll have the full budget presentation next week.
Beautiful.
And Mayor and Council, Judy's online also, if she had any. Miss Judy, good morning.
Good morning. Nope, that, Maddie said it all.
Okay. So it'll be regular then?
Yep,
Yeah.
regular. Okay,
Mad-
thank you.
Mayor
Uh-huh.
Madison is graduating Thursday.
Thursday, are you really? Awesome. Congratulations. Are they having a ceremony that you're going to go to, or?
Yes, it'll be out at the inn at 6.
Very cool.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Item number 2, a discussion on adoption of resolution 2026-100, a resolution adopting the infrastructure capital improvement plan, the ICIP, for the Ruidoso Community Center for fiscal year 2026-2027. Is that going to be,
Mr. Anthony, is he? Mayor and Council, I can go ahead and explain
Okay,
this.
do
This
that,
is the annual for the senior centers through the Aging and Long-Term Services. Their ICIP is due sooner than the villages. Ours will be due by July 1st, so in June, we'll be adopting a resolution. This is just for all his projects, for his upcoming for the 5 years, for any projects that he has, wants to see happen at the senior center, so.
okay. He's out sick today. Was anybody else getting an error message when you try to download the attachments
Which attachment?
on the community center?
No,
No, I got it pulled up.
That happens to mine once in a while.
Okay, maybe it's just me. I could never open them, so I thought maybe I could here today. All right, so we'll have that on regular.
yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Item number 3, discussion on task order RFP number 2026-002P-PH-01 with Park Hill for Sierra Cinema PRV replacement in the amount of $82,199.00, including New Mexico GRT. Good morning, Terry.
Good morning, Mayor.
And I'm so
Council.
happy we haven't had any big issues since you've been in charge.
Hey.
Don't speak it. Never speak it. Do
Never.
not speak it. Absolutely. So, with the new construction going on over at the college, and we've had a lot of issues with that PRV. Blow-off goes. Counselor Sanchez knows that's a really old PRV. The bypass doesn't work. We have no real way to kind of isolate that valve when it's under about 240 PSI of pressure. I think it's about time that we move forward and get it replaced. The guys, it's really, really deep. The guys really don't like, they're kind of scared of it. So
Where's it at located?
it's right in the #1 parking lot of Sierra Cinema. So when you're coming around, you go in the corner, you're coming up to it, there's what looks like a sewer manhole right there. It's actually a
Right there.
PRV about 11 and a half feet deep
Golly.
down in there.
Okay.
And it's in bad shape. It's got a real small 2-inch bypass, which is non-operational. It runs a 6-inch and then a 4-inch blow off in there.
And who we gonna have do this?
This is,
Park Hill?
this is the design.
Just the design and give us a cost estimate. Because I'd like to actually move it out of the parking lot if at all
That's what I
possible.
was
We've
gonna
been
ask
talking-
you. You were talking about that way before too.
Yes, sir.
To come up more towards Meacham or on the
On the
backside?
back, there, you have the 8-inch line that runs up behind
That-
beside the movie theater right there. To move
Right.
it, if we have room to move it actually out of the parking lot there. So these guys-
Chris has been helping me. We've reached out to US Forestry, and they said we can ask for a special use permit. They don't really give easements anymore, but they allow us to apply for a special use permit. I'd like to move it over there and bring it up, so it's a lot more accessible and a lot easier to work on,
So 82,000 is just for the design?
just for the design.
Wow,
We're in the wrong business.
yeah.
So what do you have an estimate on what the actual project
That'd be
cost will be?
$400,000.
No idea what it's
I
gonna
can
cost.
just tell you, engineering's been 25% just guessing
Okay.
of all these, so you just can hang on. So the money for this will be coming out of the STR.
And Terry, that's, parking
I mean,
lot's
STR.
gonna design it to where it's gonna stay live the whole time, right?
That's the only way it'll happen, yeah. I already talked to them about that when they came out and just looked at it to give us this estimate.
How long do you think that's going to take with the engineering? And it won't be summer, will it?
No, it won't be. It'll probably take them 4 or 5 months at least to even come up with a design on this, and then,
Okay.
I mean, with the guys have been on top of it and keeping it operational, and we will continue to do that for sure.
Okay, y'all want a regular consent?
Consent.
Okay, thanks, sir.
Thanks, Terry.
Item number 4, discussion on task order number 2026-002P-01 with Souter Miller and Associates for professional engineering services on the design and construction observation of the Hollywood well improvements in the amount of $77,071.69, including New Mexico GRT.
So this is the design for the Hollywood well replacement. We've already had the hydrology work done, and this is just to provide everything we need to submit to the state to get moving on the replacement and redrill of the Hollywood well.
We did receive a Water Trust Board grant to pay for this well, and that's where that's gonna come from.
Mayor, Terry, can you explain to us where they're actually gonna put the boat? Are they, it's gonna be in the same hole, or are they gonna move over?
No, they have to move it. They'll be moving it approximately 50 to 75 feet due west of the current location and creating
We have worked with Marty too down there, and he's moved his stuff out of that area right there, and we're ready whenever. So with that, we plan to go through state price agreement with Chance Coates, and he's gonna drill Riverwell first, and then come and drill, Hollywood, but we'll be taking that to council when
And then the hydrologist
is
said move it
Shoemaker.
50 feet to the west.
Yes, sir. So with that, we would like to continue to use that well until after the new well is online. So we don't want to take a chance of actually plugging that well and then drilling the new well and then this well not work out. So we have to be over 50 feet away from that current hole, or you'll have problems with that current hole, but you can't go over 100 feet. And 70 feet right there was in the same line.
Okay.
Plus, we also have an issue, I've talked to you before, the casing rusted off and fell into the bottom.
Right.
And then got, when we tried to clean it, got hammered down into the bottom of the hole. So it doesn't make, I mean, all you're gonna do is damage equipment trying to
Get it out.
bring that steel out.
How deep is that thing?
200, it's supposed to be 200 and, right at 280 feet.
It was deep,
It's right at 200 feet.
208.
I mean, that well's a Goody well. It's influenced by the Rio Ruidoso.
Right.
So, I mean, once you get down past about 85 or 90 feet, you're in that water, that fracture that feeds it off the Rio Ruidoso.
And as history, might remember of history serving right, even though we're in the legal, lawful regulations of being within that 100-foot diameter on there, we'll have a protest.
Yeah, of course.
I was just going to ask that.
And
if
we'll have it, even though we're 70 feet, which we're all
I
in
think we
there.
already have an emergency permit issued.
Well, that's fine,
yeah.
but
Right.
you'll still
Right.
see, or at least all I remember, because
Right.
we've had those.
Well, we've had them on the other wells.
Right.
Yep.
Every well that we try to work on or do anything with, we get a Gary Mitchell letter, Jackie Powell, and Hondo folks, so every time. So I just
Okay.
want to know, when are we going to start
Right.
opposing them every time they work a well over there? Because they don't tell anybody. They don't get permits. They just do it, so. All right, so you want that one on consent too?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right, thank you, gentlemen.
Thanks, Terry.
Thank you, Terry.
Good job, Levi. Item number 5, discussion on fifth renewal agreement between the Village of Ruidoso and William and/or Elizabeth Hanson, DBA Hanson Consulting for professional services for DWI Grant Program Coordinator to run from July 1, 2026 to June 30th, 2027 in the amount not to exceed $93,600. Morning, Bill.
Morning.
Morning.
This is my annual renewal of my contract. It does include a raise from 90,000 to 93,600.
Okay, well, give everybody a brief. They don't know what, really what you do. Because as far as, I know we go and do, you get a grant that's given to you from the DWI board, and then what happens?
It's, well, there's actually the distribution, which is what this will come out of, which is given through DFA, and it is a, I'm sorry. It is, this next year, we're getting 201,000 in distribution, and then I've got an additional $8,700 grant to go with that. We have been running, well, for the last 3 years, we've been running short. This year, for instance, they told us we were going to get 215,000. That's what we set our budget for, and turns out we're not going to get that much. I think we're going to be around 10,000 short this year. And nobody can tell anybody why. It just, the only thing they've come up with is people aren't drinking as much. if you buy that, I'll take credit for it. There's, in order for us to get the full amount that we were supposed to get, we would have to get around 15,000 more than what we normally get in our last quarter. I don't see that happening, especially,
And what is it used for? So that everybody understands. What's the money? It just doesn't go in your pocket to 208, what did you say, 200, how much thousand? That you get initially, and then you got a grant for $8,000 more? And then your 93 comes out of that, right?
yes.
Yeah, so what is that extra money just spent on? I know it's spent on additional patrols and everything for the, and you manage those funds?
We do overtime for all the police departments in the county. And the amount they get
For the county or for the village?
for the village and for all the police departments, Carrizosa, Capitan, Ruidoso Downs, Ruidoso, and the state police.
Okay, do they pay for your salary out of their funds?
No.
Okay,
The funds that I allocate for overtime, for DWI overtime, comes out of the distribution and the grant. It all works together, but it is not, there's no set amount. For instance, the Downs, 3 years ago, I gave them 6,000, and they had some kind of problem, and everybody quit, and along about the mid-year, I saw they weren't going to use it, so I wrote a letter and took 4,000 of it away from them and gave it to Ruidoso because they were using it. Last year, I gave them 2,000, and they haven't used a penny of it yet. So this year, I'm giving them 1,000. And if they don't use that the next year, they won't get any. Because if they don't use it, they send it back. Well, they don't send it back because they never get it, but I have to send it back to DFA. And it makes the whole program kind of look messy. We've had that problem with the Downs. The sheriff's office last year didn't use any of theirs. Well, actually, they used it for about 2 months, and then we had that shortage, and I had to cut it off. And that happened to Ruidoso, and, everybody lost their money last year because I did not have any type of grant to back up my distribution. And it was, I think they shorted us like 14,000 or something. So I cut everything off about April. And nobody got any more money. Some of them had already spent it all. Some of them hadn't spent any. But we wound up, the reason I cut it off is that I made an agreement when I took this job that if I overspent, it would come out of my salary.
sure.
And that doesn't set too well with me when I overspend, so I don't overspend.
No, and that's what I'm trying to get these folks to understand, what you actually do, because we just went through budget and everybody wants more money. We're paying more money. It's costing everybody more money. The only way we make money is we have to increase water rates to pay for enterprise funds. That makes people pissed off. They call us, ream us out, why are you paying more money? And then on the other hand, we got wives and mother-in-laws calling us saying my son doesn't make enough money. So anytime somebody is coming in on these grants, it's grants. It doesn't cost the taxpayer any money except for when they buy money on alcohol or they get a DWI or they whatever. But also you have a program for mental health.
Yes, I have, it's a treatment program. This year I'm giving 12,000 to 2 different treatment.
Okay, we're back up to 2?
Yes.
Okay, I knew that we lost a couple during the fire and
In
flood.
Rid-
Yeah, last year
Well, they're in
lost-
Capitan.
Oh, Capitan.
Last year, we lost some of the, well, Capitan Therapy
Right.
they had a really good group program going for counseling. And they were doing some good, but the two people that were running that for them, their house got flooded out, and instead of trying to rebuild or relocate, they went to Roswell. And by the way, I think they got flooded out down there too, but anyway,
Bill, does your program, is that something that, pardon me, would help the homeless? If we've got homeless people here that we need to,
No,
Strictly alcohol.
and it's for mental help
I
and,
cannot do anything that is not alcohol-related. I can't spend any money on anything that's not alcohol-related.
so the mental health part is totally alcohol?
It's for people who, see, when someone gets a DWI or when someone has a problem with their family or something because of alcohol,
Okay,
alcohol-related domestic violence, in other words, I can pay for treatment for that. I can pay for treatment for court-assigned alcohol-related problems related to DWI.
do you also send like to AA? Is that not part of it either?
That's a whole different,
Right,
whole
okay,
different thing.
okay,
I don't give any money to that,
yeah, okay,
but then they've never asked for any. So,
okay,
like I say, it has to be, the judge has to assign somebody to receive treatment for alcohol problems. And it has to be related basically to either domestic violence or DWI.
okay,
And once the judge says, yes, this person needs to be evaluated for treatment, then that person is assigned to different treatment programs.
okay,
We only have 3 here in the county, and one of them I've tried, it's Presbyterian, and they are not interested in anything to do with my program because they work strictly off Medicare and Medicaid.
yeah. Well, so Mayor, so this is a grant. So Bill gets $200,000 and the 93,600, okay. So is your salary comparable with the other coordinators in the state?
It's hard to tell exactly because there's only three programs in the state that have contract coordinators.
Oh, okay,
Most of them work for the county. See, this is a county grant.
Right.
And when it first started out, the county was administering it. That was back in '94, I think. And Judge Butts is the one that got the county to go ahead and take the grant.
sure.
Well, they did it for about 4 or 5 years, and they never could find anybody that could do a good enough job that they thought it was worth it, so they dropped it. And at that time, I think it was there was a lady that was mayor. What was her name?
Shaw?
Jerry Shaw.
Yes. She was no longer mayor, and she decided to take up this grant and get the village to be the fiscal agent,
Okay,
which they did. And she did it for, I don't know, 3 or 4 years, something. And then she didn't wasn't gonna do it anymore, so they opened it up and I applied for it and got that. At that time, I was getting $4,000 a month for being the coordinator, but they furnished my cell phone and my computer, everything. I didn't have to buy any supplies, and they paid me per diem to go to meetings. I have 5 to 6 meetings a year that I go to that are 2 and 3 day meetings in Santa Fe and Albuquerque and different places.
Right, the mayor told us that.
Yes, and I got per diem to go to those and mileage. Plus, they paid me mileage to use my own vehicle because I have to go to the magistrate court in Carrizosa, in Ruidoso. I have to go to the different schools about once a month. I do a lot of driving around related to the grant. So I don't recall exactly how much I got, but it was a chunk of change for per diem and mileage, and
Right.
they paid for my internet and basically everything.
So
Now they pay for nothing. I'm strictly a contractor. I have to figure in what it's going to cost me to do all that I have to do. I have to, like I say, I go to 5 to 6 meetings a year, 2 to 3 day meetings. I pay motel and food and gas and use my own vehicle. I use my own vehicle around here, and I pay for gas for it, which is getting kind of expensive. This year, well, due to the fire year before last, I guess, 24, I lost 2 computers and 2 printers, and I had probably a year's supply of paper and ink and other supplies that I've had to replace out of pocket. I bought 2 computers. One was $3,600 and one was about $4,000. I decided to go with toner instead of the cartridges for my printers, so I have 2 printers. One of them cost me around $1,000. One of them was $1,200.
Right.
Plus the toner is ridiculous.
Well, believe me, we know.
Yeah.
We have departments fighting over who gets to use their printer.
Does this program do the stings, the DWI stings around the county?
We don't call them stings, they call them
Oh.
checkpoints.
I'm
Or
sorry.
DWI,
Yes.
I'm
what do you
watching
call
too
them back
much
there?
CIS.
Saturation patrol.
sobriety checkpoints.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. So.
Except for,
We pay overtime.
We do have one that the department deputy does like to sting people. That's what he does best, so stinging. We do
Well,
stings.
I apologize, I
We
didn't
pay
say
the
it.
officers overtime to work those.
Oh, okay,
If they're on overtime, and sometimes they're not, they're just
Yeah.
on shift, so we don't
okay.
contribute anything,
But
but
like, July 4th is a big sobriety checkpoint day, and so that's where a lot of that money will come from.
we
And then-
furnish the trailer.
Okay,
And, well, I don't know if they're still using the same trailer, but we got them a trailer and a generator and a bunch of lights and all the stuff
Okay,
to go in the
yeah.
trailer. And
They're nodding in the affirmative.
yeah,
plus, we have bought radars and cameras for the cars. We do quite a bit of stuff like that.
So I wanted y'all to understand how all this works, because it gets complicated. On a lot of these grants, people don't understand, but it takes more than, I get the grant and I get a paycheck. He has to work with these guys to verify all the stuff, work with the different departments, and then try to locate, because we're not locating the mental health professionals, people that can see people that have issues.
right.
that it's a sentencing alternative to going to jail. It's to go get them counseling to see if that's going to be of a benefit or not. So there's a lot more to it than
Sure.
than just getting a grant. And, you know, when somebody sends him a email saying, you know, we here's the bill, we send you a check. There's more to managing it than that.
Yeah.
And then we've been to 2 meetings, what is it, every quarter?
Mayor and council, twice a year.
It's just twice a year, seems
Yes.
like every quarter,
Yep.
because it's an all-day meeting, going over the budgets. And then the budget, I had them printed out this last time so I could go over it, and it was 6 inches thick of all the information he has to put together, a report showing. I would like to get us to a high, because we get more money when we get high instead of medium or low grading, that we get more funding that our guys do use. And if we're not using it, then we want to know why we're not utilizing it.
no lie.
And we'd like to know more about the success. So that's all. I didn't want to take too much time, but we've seen Bill come in here for years talking about it, and I don't think y'all, because I didn't understand there's a lot more that goes into it than just showing up in renewal.
Also, 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, we used to have a court clerk that worked part-time for the magistrate court, and we paid half of her salary. Well, that all worked real good for about 10 or 12 years, 14 maybe. And then the court got to wanting more money, and we have a 10% cap on what I can pay for a court clerk. So I couldn't give them more money, so they did away with that program. Well, by law, we are responsible for tracking DWI offenders in the Noble database, what the state uses. So my program, whether I have a court clerk or not, we have to track DWI offenders in that database.
Okay.
And so I started doing it because I couldn't afford to pay somebody else. And I started doing it maybe 5 years ago, 6. I don't really know how long ago it's been, but after about 2 years, my wife started helping me, and she does most of it now. She's gone to training on it, and she's up to speed with it.
So
And
what does Mandy do?
Mandy is the prevention, she's going to be a preventionist, certified preventionist. She's got, she likes, I don't know how many hours she likes now. About 2 months ago or a month ago, we sat down and went through all this stuff, and we got her hooked up with the preventionist from Valencia County. And they are figuring out how many hours she needs. And I know she just went to about a week-long training in Albuquerque.
So does her salary come out of the 200,000 as well?
Yes.
Yes.
So that's 160,000
60,000.
just in salaries.
She runs the prevention program. In the schools. She does the PYPM in the schools.
What's
She does
that?
the
Protecting you,
health
protecting me.
fairs. She does the Maze of Life.
Oh, yeah.
She's got 2 health fairs in the Maze of Life. Plus, she does most of the work with the schools as far as if they have some program that they want to try, well, she will run it for them.
Well, she's perfect with her being a teacher before, so
Yes,
she's
she's a
got an in
retired
with the
teacher, and
schools.
she's well thought of by the people in the school districts all over the county. And I think she's doing a real good job so far. I had a problem one with her.
Did you have something to say? Come down here. I saw you raising your hand and I thought, oh,
At this point in the conversation, it's not that relevant. I was just gonna say our PD uses all the funds that we get for HWI.
Yeah, I figured you did.
They, last year, the PD, I gave them 4,000 last year. And in October, I guess, I got a $28,000 grant. So when they came up this year at about November and said they were running out of money, I gave them an additional $6,000 out of that grant. So that's 10,000 that they're on track to use it this year. I mean, they're doing good. I'm doing the same thing with them this year. I'm giving them 4,000 initially, and I'm gonna have to send some money back because I've got several different things that haven't used it. So in October, if I get another grant, which I hope to, I will give them more money.
In Mayor and Council, what Bill's talking about is if he has to send back $15,000 in October, he's going to reapply for that as a grant. You have your distribution funds that you receive every quarter from the liquor excise tax. The grant is a reimbursable grant where you have to expend it and then you submit it to DFA for reimbursement on that. So as Mayor and I sat in the meetings this year, every program was cut. And why the liquor excise tax is probably the healthiest revenue source in the state, but they use it for drug courts, they use it for all different public safety, so that could be the reason.
Keep pulling different things out of it.
Yeah,
So,
I say consent.
Okay, consent, and then number 6, consent.
Yep.
yes,
It's all the way through the rest of them. It's just the money that's gonna be allocated.
that's gonna be allocated.
Okay, and so we look at number 7 is going to be $3,000 for Lincoln County consent.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then $2,000 is going to be for the Village of Capitan.
Consent.
Do they even have a police?
Oh, yeah.
They got a new chief, didn't they?
Yeah.
Number 9 would be $1,000 for Carrizozo.
Consent.
Number 10 is $1,000 for Ruidoso Downs.
Consent.
And $4,000 for Lincoln County,
For Ruidoso.
for Ruidoso, yeah.
Consent.
Okay. And then there'll be $2,000
For the sheriff.
for the sheriff.
Consent.
And then contract services with Hope Floats Addiction Counseling LLC to provide individual and group alcohol and domestic violence offender treatment in the amount not to exceed $6,000.
Consent.
Consent. Okay, I'm glad that we have 2, because I know we lost all of them but one at one point. Number 14, discussion on contract for services with Capitan Therapy Behavioral Health LLC for $6,000. Consent.
Yeah.
That's it.
And that's it. All right, Bill.
Thanks a lot.
Sorry, I didn't want to run you through it. I just wanted everybody to understand, because the deeper I get into this DWI stuff, and then we think we have a lot of money, and then we start seeing how they pull it away. Because at one point, it was about 23 million statewide, and then they pulled stuff away. So I don't think you get credit for people not drinking. I think they're still drinking. They're just taking the money and putting it other places. So anyway.
Thank you,
Okay.
Bill.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, that concludes the agenda. We don't have anything for closed session. I know I got to close one to start the other one, don't I?
regular agenda now.
Yeah. And so we'll move on to the regular agenda items, which will be on the May 12th, 1 o'clock meeting. This is going to be, we'll have, of course, the approval of the minutes for the regular meeting, workshops, special meeting, just that one meeting a month that you agreed to come to. And then item number 2, approval of request to schedule a public hearing on June 9th for adoption of ordinance 2026-10. an ordinance amending the Village of Ruidoso Municipal Code of Ordinances, Chapter 54, Land Use, Article 2, Land Development Code, Division 4 zoning districts for overlay zones, Appendix A, fees, fines, and penalties.
Okay, and Mayor and Council, we have a meeting tomorrow with the subcommittee on the short-term rentals. We have a draft, and hopefully that goes well, and then we'll have that at the June meeting, so.
Okay, y'all remember when we asked for those to be put together? And along with that, I still haven't seen any names of real estate bank and all of that for the
Flood map.
flood map.
And Heath and I, Mayor and Council, we have a meeting scheduled for Friday morning, and we have lenders, real estate, and insurance that we're working on.
And also, I haven't seen a report from Mr. Dukes to carry for the newspaper articles.
Okay.
And it was supposed to be here yesterday, and I didn't see it, so we'll need to call him today.
Okay.
Okay, then we'll have public input, mail reports, presentation, new employees, promotions, transfers, an update on accomplishment and disaster recovery in the Lincoln National Forest from Amanda Jenathan and the Deputy Forester. Boards and commissions, do we have any openings? I don't think we do.
The utility committee, the at-large position.
Okay, we'll discuss on that more and we'll find somebody. We'll have the village manager's report, so if there's something you would like to see, and then reports from municipal officials, those that went to check out Elk Meadows can maybe comment on that, what your initial thoughts were. And then we're getting very close on 603 Meacham.
Very,
Very, very close. Aren't we, Levi? Very close. Josh, are you back there snickering when I said very close? We are getting really close. Well, they got their new lay-down machine. 2 weeks?
all right.
Okay, they got their lay-down machine, and they're finishing up some different things up behind Club Gas. How'd that go yesterday?
We weren't up there yesterday, we were pouring concrete on,
Oh, that's right, I'm sorry. And then you're going,
and then we'll move up there.
and then Innsbrook. Okay. And then on regular items to add, we'll have discussion of possible action on recommendation from planning and zoning committees on vacation of easements, case EV 2026-03 with pending replat of properties located at 475 Warwick Drive, Lot 36A, Block 3, and Lot 36B, Block 3 of the Camelot Mountain Tracks. Yes, sir.
Hello, Mayor and Council. If, I'm not sure if you wanted me to come up
Yeah, I'd
and
like
speak
to
briefly
know
on
so
that?
everybody's got a picture.
Excellent. So this is a case that appeared before the Planning Commission on March 23rd, and it involves a request to vacate the easement, which lies at the center of this asymmetrically shaped lot. It's a large lot, it's about 3.5 acres, and the easement in question is this zigzag right in the center of the lot. It's 10 feet on each side for a total of 20 feet. And there are no utilities, no known utilities in this easement. The easement that runs around the perimeter of the lots are to remain. And this, after speaking with Public Works and other people within the Public Works, there are no plans to run utilities through these lots. So it was.
And where is this?
This is on Camelot Mountain on Warwick Drive.
Is the road that goes all the way up. And then Guinevere's the one that goes,
Cross T.
this is if you go through the Castle Gate.
Yep.
Warwick, all the way up.
Yep.
Gwendolyn, so it's along Warwick.
Yes, so it's close to getting to the very top of the mesa.
Yeah.
And the lot itself is exceptionally steep. There's a hairpin turn there they used to have. There's a house.
There's a house right there. And then that stretch going up to the top gets pretty wicked when it's icy.
It does, and this little peak here in the center is actually at the center of the valley that comes down, so.
It's down, so you're not gonna build nothing.
No, so the plans are to build a house in this little peninsula area here, and the rest of it will be a steep yard.
Yeah.
So it was recommended for easement approval for the council, by the planning commission, and it was unanimous across the board.
Yeah, when we first moved up there,
an elk dropped a calf right in the middle of the road. We all backed up for, I don't know how many, 30, 40 minutes, and it finally stood up and walked off after, I mean, just a few minutes. It was crazy, right there on that road. All right, thank you for that
Thanks, Chris.
explanation. And so if you have anything else for the manager you want to know, put it on. Okay, is there anything else?
The contract for Chamber of Commerce, and what I'd like to see, where we put.
We're still working on, they haven't even given us. What we're at right now, go ahead and tell them about
Mayor
the.
and council, on the contract, the chamber has hired John Underwood to represent them.
Right.
Along with our
I know what
attorney,
the main guy
and they're
is.
finalizing that as we speak. So I have a call today with, she's on today is Jessica. She's one of the attorneys from the firm, and to see where we're at on that, finalizing that. But John Underwood, he got back from vacation. I spoke to him yesterday, and he had sent over Jared some information on the contract.
Okay.
Hi, Jessica.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Thank you for having me today.
Have you had a chance to review that contract? I know it was
I-
mainly about a time stipulation.
I have not, but I will get to it, as Mr. Senna just said, today.
Okay.
And we did some thinning over there.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
it's
noticed
looking.
Doing it right now.
Yep. And because that's our property, so it's beholden to us as the village to maintain our properties to ensure that they're in compliance with our own ordinances.
And where we're really having hang up, the initial contract we sent them had, it's going to be their building, they're putting in the money, and we had a 3-year contract? Or 5-year, and so we're trying to do an extension similar to what we have on the links or one of those. So they've been working on the legalities of having a long-term contract with, because, as they say, they're going to spend $300,000 to $400,000 or $500,000, and they want to make sure they have that asset. So that's
Exactly.
what we're working on.
Yeah.
So, and I spoke to Deborah yesterday also, and it was good call to get John involved in it. That way they can work with John, and it makes it smoother, so.
Okay. And then we still have the contour, hopefully the wind dies down a little bit. At 4 o'clock, 4 to 6 is when it'll be out there. We already have the vice president. I thought she might be here, but you and Heath, y'all met her last night?
Yep.
The vice president of marketing? Okay, they got a few vice presidents. So anyway, that'll go off today, and so it'll be a press release. You're all welcome to be there. You get to go on the airplane, check it out, look at it, touch, feel it, or whatever, and then tickets are supposed to go on sale June 24th, I believe,
25th.
25th?
That's what it said on.
Yes, that's the plan anyway, and we're excited, so.
Yeah, they had it on Channel 4 News before we even
Yeah.
showed airplane landing and everything, and it wasn't at our airport, but. Okay, is there anything, other business anybody can think of?
Could we also have, not the clean and lean program for but the clean and lean that we've been working on for other properties?
Maybe an update. I know I've been talking to the county about their buyout program. A lot of the go ahead, Heath. A lot of the properties are included that we approved for the clean lean are included in the buyout program. So maybe I doubt it that they're going to have anything, because I thought they would be rolling, but they're moving kind of slow. And then they have to make an offer. It has to be accepted. Then, so I honestly, I'm concerned, very concerned. I'd like for you to spend some more time with, and you may be already, with Mr. Moon. Because what I'm seeing and hearing over at Lincoln Towers from the FEMA people, they're trying to get out of here. And that they're not wanting to pay anymore. That's what I'm thinking, that they're going to do, leave us, we're done, and they're out. So if we can just get an update on, and I'm not talking about speculation, but just what the facts are, ma'am.
What, if FEMA takes off, so where does that leave us with these
We're going
programs?
to have to use your credit to borrow money.
Got it.
That's when we're,
So, so that would hurt us. If we have to clean a property, it's going to be on our dime, and we're not going to get a payback.
that, and then other other FEMA projects, things that they
But
may
it won't
be.
hurt the buyout.
No, the buyout's
It's
a different deal. That's
NRCS.
USDA, NRCS.
Yeah.
But in the future, anything that's obligated, and I want to have Heath explain that, anything that's obligated, we feel secure is what I was told yesterday. It's just the projects we're trying to get obligated, and those are of a concern, and so I want to start letting people know now, and we're lobbying to let that happen, that we're concerned about the new operation of FEMA. I know everybody knows seems to be waste in FEMA, but we can't just shut it down until we have a replacement. And then Heath can kind of give us an update after he talks to John Moon about the federal government, DHS, getting turned back on, that they're already having conversations and moving forward, because people forget that. They honestly don't realize all the headaches that you're going through trying to get these things approved. And then when we get to the approval, we have a government shutdown, and then we open, then we have another government shutdown. And then all these projects that we're forecasting that we're getting ready to do get held up.
So the obligated funds, I mean, the projects that are obligated and that we've already spent money to go out and.
Well, for example, the Senate Bill 31 money that we've drawn down on, the 55 million, that we're, I guess, guaranteed to get reimbursed, but there's some question in that. I think of things that they say they're not going to pay for, or might not.
And Mayor and Council, on that, right now, usually when we do get a FEMA project, the state pays 12.5%, we pay 12.5%. Right now, we're on the
Took for 25.
25% without not knowing, and that's a lot of money,
But
so.
we've already spent that money. We're at the obligated, right?
Well, we've got engineering and we've got a lot of work done, but still some of the stuff that you're seeing is, it's not PPDRC, CPDR. They keep moving the Cs and the Rs around. One is PPDRC, and then they moved it to C. So you see some work that's being done that's part of that program, which is FEMA, but the money's kind of running to an end. And so we're trying to make sure that we're getting funded. And I thoroughly believe that the buyout program is going to take a lot of time.
So why?
And I don't think that there's going to be a whole lot done before monsoon season. And we were expecting things to hustle and get some stuff done. And so I'm pretty concerned about that. And that's one of the reasons you guys had to make the step. But I want to keep talking about this so the public understands the chain of events that have to take place, and then they can get stopped.
It's just so disappointing, because here we have a room full of people and, all the meetings that the ENMU is just full of people, and it's going to take a long time.
Yeah, and
And it just,
well, we're already hearing back from those people now and from banks. They're wanting to know, is this property included in the program? How much is it? And so I have to refer them to the county to try to get those answers and talk to Jason, and he's working on those things.
Yeah.
But he has not yet got any appraisals sent to him that I'm aware of.
And Mr. Mayor?
Yes, sir.
Is there any way to give a number of, out of all those that we approved the other day, how many have answered back?
Oh, that's
What
a
the
good-
answer was? Was it, hey, I'm in this or I'm not? If we just have that, maybe.
Yes, I can get you that update.
And then, for example, the Cree Meadows shop down here that our guys are doing the concrete is an extension of one of those projects. I don't remember where that money's coming out of. The what?
It's a Cat B for just emergency.
Okay. It's already been,
It's in design right now with Bohan.
In Mayor and Council, yesterday Heath and I, we were in a meeting with Bohannon Houston on the legacy bridges. They're going to begin sometime mid-June of doing the public meetings on the bridges. So we'll keep everyone informed on that.
and we've
So-
got to get that encumbered as soon as we can to try to make sure that money doesn't disappear like it has over the years.
I know that, I was just fixing to say, the bridges, are those
Well, so far they're secure because DFA's given the approval, and we did get an extension.
Yes, sir, yeah, we applied
We
for
did?
extension, yes.
Okay, because they gave us till June, the end of June.
We've
There's no way to get them
we
done.
applied for the extension on Friday.
Uh-huh.
We have not heard back yet. because
Okay, so we don't know for sure.
You know, obviously FEMA just got turned back on Friday, so
Right.
we do expect to have the extension now.
Yeah. And so I don't want to paint doom and gloom on this stuff. It's just that I want people to be aware that even though we've done all this groundwork, it's almost like they give us a 50-yard penalty and back us all the way up.
Yeah.
And we don't know. So I just want people to understand.
But we have to be realists with the people,
Absolutely.
because that is, it's hard to set up here and say, you know, yay, and then know that it's going to take a long time. That's just history. We all have sat here and know that it takes.
Well, we have legislative finance coming June. When's the Scorpion Tattoo, when's the Tattoo Expo? June?
June the 19th or something
Okay,
like that.
the 16th,
sounds about
17th,
right, yeah.
18th, or 17th, 18th, 19th, LFC, Legislative Finance Committee is going to be here. So we're going to do a big presentation. The county's putting that on. And so we're going to be selling and telling the whole time on that. And we'd like to have handouts where we can hand these legislators to show them what we've been doing, what we're going to do to keep this money rolling, because the goal is on that 230 plus million from that we got up to 70 million for matching, that we spend it and it gets shovels in the ground. Yes, sir.
And I know you're here, Eddie, but just to beat the dead horse again, we don't have the ability to mitigate above and off of village property as far as what's gonna happen when the rain comes. The river's gonna potentially flood again.
Yep.
And that's nothing that we can do. Retention pond, detention pond, alter it around the country, we can't do it.
Right, that's on the forestry. Yes, sir.
Good morning, Mayor and Council. We have Susan Skis in from Contour Airlines. Her title is Vice President of Customer Success. And the plane will be landing today at the airport approximately at 4 p.m. So we're going to have Mexican food out there. We're going to have some snacks. So come on out a little bit early so that way you can watch the plane land about 4 o'clock. And we're all going to be looking at putting the event inside the hangar due to the high winds out there. So we were going to have a little bit more of a bigger presentation, but just we think keeping aside the hangar is probably the best route for today.
Okay, that sounds
Yep.
good.
So we invite you all, invite everybody you can, and look forward to having a good time today.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anything else? Okay, that concludes the agenda for today. This meeting is adjourned.
All right. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Moon and those guys yesterday, and because I was asking him about projects, and he wasn't painting a very good picture.
So basically, what he told us at that meeting at EOC, that
No. And that's